What is up? And welcome back to the YouTube channel. I love this channel. I love sharing value. I love sharing content. I love serving. I love helping. I love adding value into your life. And recently we did a massive revision of the Coaches University and filmed hours and hours and hours of brand new training. Now, this was a slide deck that I just filmed for clients yesterday, and we had an amazing discussion around it. And I thought, well, I got the slide deck already built. Why don't I create a YouTube version of it and share our discussion that we had with you? And it's really regarding client attraction versus client hunting. We're going to talk about two stories of the client hunter or the client chaser and the client attractor, and talk about the difference between the two and how you can become a magnet, how you can attract clients to you. And there's really three levels to it. So stick around if you feel like you're always trying to convince, or you're always having to chase, or you're always having to work so damn hard. And then you see other coaches and it just seems like people flock to them. People sign up. They seem to charge way more. What's the difference that makes the difference, and how can you apply it? That's what today's video is all about. If anything lands or feels true, or you want to add anything to this conversation we're having, then just leave it in the comments below. Or at least say hello. Like right now, go in the comments and say, hello, what's up? And again, if something is valuable, then leave it in the comments so we can help the person and the coach who's behind you, who's going to watch the video in a few days, be able to extract some value or at least engage in the conversation. So with that said, let's get into it. Client attraction versus client hunting. It's the story of two coaches. One is a client chaser and one is a client attractor. The client chaser desperately searches for clients every single day. They randomly post social media content and they hope. I love it when we have a strategy that is luck and hope. We are hoping to get lucky and that something will take off. I did a post on social media a little while ago, and I was talking about, we're here in Mexico, and I was up by the pool deck, and this isn't the first time this happened. Someone was like, oh, you must be so lucky to work off the laptop or whatever. And I was like, does luck play a factor in, the role of success for you? Yes. Things will happen that seem just to come out of nowhere and it's lucky, but we've also put ourselves out there every single day. And when the opportunity and when luck does come our way, we're prepared, we're ready, we're emotionally resilient. We are the people who can pounce on it and fully leverage this thing called luck. So I don't like hope and luck as a strategy. Now, will I accept it when it comes into my life? 100%. But is it do I put my entire life in the hands of luck and in the hands of hope? No. And faith and hope are actually two different things, by the way. Like, I am a person of faith. I always know it's going to work out for my greater good. I know that. I don't doubt that. There's times where I do. There's times where I get stressed and anxious, and something always brings me back to have faith. But it's a little bit different than just hoping and hoping to get lucky. And the client chaser spends most of the time and calls, if they do get on it, feeling like they have to convince people to work with them. They have to constantly be following up, convincing, pushing. The client attractor seems to post way less on social media, seems to have way less professional content, spends half as much time on it, yet seems to truly connect with their audience on like a heart, soul level, an emotional level. They might have a smaller following on social media, yet has no problem attracting clients to work with them. Has no problem charging 2, 3, 5, 10 times as much. What's the difference? What's the actual difference? Final note, when you attract clients, you enjoy infinitely more committed clients who want to be there, who made a higher dollar amount purchase, which generally creates more committed clients. The client attractor builds more trust, more authority, more credibility. They can charge what they're worth. They have more opportunity in front of them. In a sea of desperate coaches, they stand out, and they have way higher qualified and motivated leads. They're not tire kicking. People want to be there. They want to be in the world. They're attracted to their energy. They're attracted to their way of being. They're attracted to the way they lead. They're attracted to the way they show up. Hint, hint, something we're going to talk about in a second. They practice in private what they preach in public. They practice in private what they teach in public. It is not difficult for them to show up some way with consistency because that is the way they actually are, not the way they pretend to be on social media. I'd say this is 90% of people's problem. Am I perfect? No. Am I incongruent at times? Yes, 100%. But for the most part, I spend an hour to 2 hours every single morning working on myself so I can be closer and closer to full alignment, full congruence, full alignment. When I speak, I mean it. It's not just something I read, it's something I do. How do you become a client attractor? I just dropped a massive hint there. 3 levels of attracting clients. Level 1, through selling coaching, the most basic level. I'm a coach and I sell coaching. What most coaches are doing. I'm a coach and I sell coaching, which is false. You don't sell coaching. You're on the second level through selling transformation. What's in it for them and how will it change their lives? What's in it for them? Now, I know we all know this. And it's the level where most of us are probably at. Let me know in the comment, what level are you at? Through the level of selling transformation, what's in it for them and how will it change their lives? You're selling the outcome, the result, the future version. And the third level, which is in the realm of client attractor, is through identity selling. Jay-Z said it best, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. I am the business. Arnold Schwarzenegger, is he the best, I don't know, governor or actor or whatever? No. Yet he was the highest paid at one point. The Rock, is he like the best actor? No. But he knows he's in the business of The Rock and he has a ton of companies. He's an extremely successful entrepreneur and he's one of the highest paid actors and was for, I think, 2 years straight. Is he the best actor? Does he sell acting? No. Does he sell transformation? Yes. Entertainment, making you feel better, creating hope, creating inspiration. That's the second level. The third level is identity selling. The best musicians, the best talk show hosts, the best coaches, the best life coaches. Is Tony Robbins the best coach? I really want you to think about that because he's branded himself as the best coach in the world. And he was first, but he's not. In fact, a lot of what he teaches and coaches is fairly basic. But man, if you sip the Tony Robbins Kool-Aid, you're a massive fan or you're a massive hater, which does come with identity selling. You're going deeper than just the actual thing you sell. Fair? So think about this just for a moment, is if you're not selling coaching, it's something you do, it's not what you sell. And if you're not selling the transformation, although that's going to be included in your marketing, but if what you're selling is an identity, is something greater than the first 2 levels, are you doing a good job of it? Are you sharing your story, your passions, what you stand for, what you fight for? Are you building a brand and a message and a story that brings people in, that inspires people, that wants them to level up, to live that next level life? And here is the deepest question, and I really want you to answer this, is are you in congruence? Are you living it, or is it just a branding and a marketing tactic? Because a lot of people do that as well. It's easy to go pay someone to take some professional photos of you, to go rent a nice car, to go get a photo shoot in a nice hotel, to on the surface show that you live this abundant, joyful existence. But are you practicing it on a daily basis, or is it just something you say because that's what a coach should say and do? Or are you living it and failing at it and falling down and picking yourself back up? We're not going for perfection here. In fact, perfection just doesn't exist. Let's wipe that out of our minds. Or are you faking it? And I'm just going to call it out for what it is. No judgment, not judging you. But if we're faking it, then let's do better. Let's become it. Doesn't mean we're going to be perfect at it. But are we practicing what we preach? Are we in private what we say we do in public? I would say that most people are not. And social media has made that really easy to do. And if you're struggling, on an emotional, on a spiritual, or on a tangible physical level to make anything happen, it's worth doing that work before you work on the business. It's worth starting your day with that. It's worth making that the core focus. And when you do show up on a daily basis and you're leading from the place of being, guess what? You become a client attractor. You have the energy and the presence that your clients crave, that they want to step into. Just like when we're all followers and we're all leaders. We're all followers and we're all leaders. I'm a leader and I'm also a follower. I join programs. I see others who have, the life or the business, or they have an energy or something about them that I'd like a piece of, and I sign up for their programs. And I show up in a certain way, speaking my truth. And in private, I'm like, am I perfect? No, but am I diligent on speaking my truth in private just as much as I am in public? Yes. And if I have an opportunity in private to stand up against something I don't agree with, I'll do it. Because if I say that in public and I don't do that in private, I'm going to be all effed up. I'm going to have like a garden hose. I'm going to have kinks. And do you think I'll show up with consistent energy? And do you think people will believe me? Do you think I'll believe my own BS? No. Yet most of us are doing this. And so here's an invitation. Let's start stepping up into becoming, into who we want to be. And then let's show up with alignment and congruency and conviction and belief in the world of social media and in this world of, marketing and of promotion. And just watch what kind of clients come to you. That's my time. I could talk about this topic for like 3 hours, but let this be the gateway into the rest. I have a ton of videos on this topic, the be, do, have, the becoming, the embodiment, leadership here on this YouTube channel. So make sure that you search for the videos that speak to you, dive into them, like this video, leave a comment if anything landed for you. If anything at all landed for you, leave a comment. I'm going to hold you to it. The team will hold you to it. Others on YouTube here, the community we're building on YouTube will hold you to it. But more so than that, just make a declaration for how you are going to start showing up, who you're becoming and who you will be moving forward from this moment forward. You're going to show up as a powerful, embodied leader. www.lucasrubix.com for absolutely anything else. Truly hope you appreciated this and that you got some value from it. I appreciate you. Leave a comment, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, right before you go, I did want to invite you to check out the Coaches University. It is our hybrid, holistic, high-level coaching program. Hybrid meaning we do group sessions and one-on-one sessions. Now, because of the one-on-one nature of the work we do cap enrollment to 12 new coaches every single month. But if this content's been resonating with you, if you are looking for support and you are looking for more information on what we do, how we do it, how we work with clients, then I'll leave a link for the Coaches University application page around this video. On this page, you're going to get, again, more information on us and how we do and what we do, but also hundreds of case studies, testimonials, videos, and screenshots of coaches and clients who are literally winning from scratch, building coaching businesses that bring them $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $50,000 per month. And a lot of these coaches started with absolutely zilch, with nothing, with zero, and they're going on to build profitable and sustainable online coaching businesses. So if you'd like to apply or just learn more information about the Coaches University, then check out the link around this video, check out the Coaches U, and if it resonates with you, book a call with us and we'll be chatting with you soon. Appreciate you. Peace.